Today we will be looking at the contemporary doll from 2017, Tinny Grant, and we're going to be reading the first chapter. Feel free to make your own notes in your own novels as you go along and read, and then as you get familiar with the character. Chapter 1. Lost in the Music. My left hand shifted down the neck of my guitar, fingers pressing into the frets to form chords, while my right hand slid over the strings with my favorite pick. I knew every note of April Springs. I didn't have to look at my sheet music or think about how to play the song. I just let go and played, feeling the music as if it was flowing out of my heart. Out of the corner of my eye, I caught Dad waving me down from a few feet away. Startled, I clamped my hand over my guitar's neck, muting its sound mid-chord. It took me a moment to realize I didn't hear the buzzy twing of my dad's bass guitar. I glanced around. The rest of our band wasn't playing either. "Sorry," I said, feeling my cheeks turn hot pink. "No worries," Dad said, winking. "I know you love that one, and you were singing with so much heart that it nearly broke mine to stop you." I blushed. When I play a song I love, it's easy for me to get swept up and forget about everything but the music. April Springs has a slow, sad melody that fills me with warmth every time we rehearse it, and when I sing its romantic lyrics, I can't help daydreaming about what the songwriter must have been feeling when she composed them. That transition out of the chorus still sounds a bit rocky, Dad said to the band. "Let's try it again." Our lead singer, Jessie, winked her nose at him. "Come on, Ray. This is the 5th time we've gone over the chorus. Let's just move on to the next song." My 17-year-old brother Mason rolled his eyes from behind his drum kit. Mason isn't Jessie's biggest fan. He thinks she's stuck up because she never helps unpack gear at our shows. Although she only drinks bottled water from France, even though the tap water is perfectly fine here in Nashville, Tennessee. Despite all that, I couldn't help but admire her. Jessie definitely had what it took to be a lead singer for a band. She had a great voice, she loved performing, and she was happiest when she was the center of attention. Every time I watched her perform, I wondered, could that be me someday? "Let's try the chorus once more," Dad replied calmly. "We haven't practiced in ages, and with our next show around the corner, I want to make sure we have it down." Jessie pouted, but she knew she couldn't say no because the Tri-Stars were Dad's band. The Tri-Stars used to be a family band, but Mom quit to start her own food truck business. Dad invited Jessie to join us as the lead singer. I wish we got to perform at the big stages around Nashville, like the Ryman Auditorium or the Grand Ole Opry, but we mostly just play weekend gigs around our neighborhood. Even so, we have a few fans, that is, if you count my little sister and my best friend. Jessie sighed. "Let's get on with it then." She counted off, and the 4 of us launched into April Springs again. "Last April, the rains came down," sang Jessie, "and washed away our love." Dad and I joined, harmonizing on the next lines. "Last April, the rains came down and washed away my pride. When I lost your heart in that rainstorm, I think I nearly died." Jessie pushed her microphone away and looked over her shoulder at me. "Tennyson, your vocals need to blend more," she hissed. Jessie always uses my full name when she bosses me around. Usually, I think having a unique name, but the way Jessie says it always makes me temper rise into my throat. "I'm doing my best," I said to her. "I like singing harmony, but when I'm singing low notes and my voice loses some of its smoothness and gets a grainy edge. Mom says that's what makes my voice unique. When you're singing backup, though, you're not supposed to sound unique. You're supposed to sound invisible." "It's boiling in here," Jessie said curtly. "I need a break." without waiting for my dad's reaction. She stepped off the edge of the stage and slipped out the front door. Dad frowned. "I'll go turn up the AC," he said, heading to the storeroom at the back of the shop where we rehearse. I signed. We never seemed to be able to get through an entire rehearsal without Jessie getting upset, and this time it was my fault. Mason slugged my arm around my shoulders. "Don't let Jessie get to you," he said. "She's not happy unless she's complaining about something." "I thought you sounded great, didn't she, Waylon?" Waylon, our golden retriever, perked up. His named after one of Dad's favorite singers, the Waylaw, Waylon Jennings, and he definitely lived up to the name when he was a puppy. He always used to break the rules, like escaping from the backyard and chewing up our shoes. Maybe the TriStars should try playing some of our songs, Mason suggested, nudging me with his drumstick. "Remember that one you wrote about Waylon? Oh, Waylon, Waylon, he's a real sweet pooch," he crooned. I sang the next line, "Long as you make sure he's not on the loose." "Waylon," we harmonized. Waylon howled along. I laughed. "I don't think those lyrics are ready for an audience yet." "Come on, it's a good song," Mason said. "It's just okay," I said. "I'm 12 now, but I've been writing songs since I was 10. Waylon's song was the first one I ever shared with my family. I was really proud of it back then. Now, though, the words seem sort of cheesy. I've gotten better since I wrote that one," I said. "Yeah," Mason said. "You should play me something," I insisted. "I've been working on a few songs lately, but none of them were quite ready for anyone's ears but mine. "I need to finish some lyrics first," I said. "Suit yourself. Want to help me catch up on inventory while we wait for Jessie?" We always hold TriStar rehearsals at my dad's music shop, Grant's Music and Collectibles. My parents have owned the store since I was little, so for me it's the next best thing to home. Mason and I don't officially work there, but we'll all help out when we can. I followed Mason into the storeroom. It's packed with shipping boxes and instruments that need repairing. Dad was at his desk writing trash on a piece of paper that he had taped to a sagging black amplifier. "Wow," Mason said. "Is that a Skyrocket 3000? Dad nodded. "A guy dropped it off for recycling yesterday. Apparently it's broken." "No way," said Mason. "You want it?" Dad asked. Mason nodded eagerly, his eyes so wide that you'd think he'd just won a free car. My brother loves rewiring music gear. Our garage is full of half-fixed amplifiers and soundboards that he's determined to repair. "Great, we'll bring it home to the workshop after rehearsal," Dad said. Mason craned his neck to peek out the window. "I'm not sure we're getting back to rehearsal any time soon," he said. "Jessie's still on the phone." I groaned. Dad gave my shoulder a little squeeze. "Tenny, I know you're excited to practice, but Jessie's got a lot of solo shows coming up, and she's a little stressed out, so let's just give her another few minutes here." I knew Jessie was busy, but it was hard to be patient. I'd been looking forward to band rehearsal all week. If I could, I'd play music every waking minute. "Fine," I said after a moment. "I'll go work on some of my own songs." "Good idea," Dad said, ruffling my hair. I ducked out of the storeroom and turned to the small stage on the front of the store. Dad lets customers use the stage to test out microphones, amplifiers, and instruments, and it doubles as the TriStars rehearsal space. I slung my guitar over my shoulder and adjusted Jessie's microphone to my height. Looking out at the empty store, Waylon was curled up by the vintage cash register, watching me. For a moment, I imagined myself on a real stage in front of thousands of people about to perform a song I'd written. "This next one goes out to Waylon," I said into the microphone. I picked up the chords of the tune I've been working on. Melody comes easy to me, but it takes me a long time to find the right lyrics to match. I hadn't figured out words to this song yet, so I just hummed the melody while I played. As the song's energy rose and washed over me, I filled the empty room with music. The song ended and I opened my eyes. Waylon was asleep, which made me laugh. Jessie was still on the phone outside. Everything looked the same, but somehow I felt stronger inside. Playing music always makes me feel like that. But performing my own songs for people, letting them feel what I felt through the music, that was my biggest dream. Jessie came through the door and tucked her cell phone into her pocket. "Okay," she said, "go get your dad and brother and let's get this rehearsal over with." I snarled and let my fingers ripple down my guitar's 6 strings, setting up a wave of notes. Jessie doesn't know how good she has it singing lead, I thought. I hopped off the stage and headed through the storeroom. Maybe I should ask Dad to let me perform one of my songs with the TriStars, I thought. But I knew that he'd only agree if he thought the song was great, and that meant not playing it for him until I was sure it was ready. Next time we will continue on Chapter 2 for the Taynia Grant contemporary doll from 2017. You can always make your own notes later so that you get familiar with the character and that you could play with your dolls better. on an outing to the American Girl place at Yorkdale in Toronto, Ontario. So we did get a few things. I'm not going to do an unboxing today, but I will show you what we purchased. So I'm going to take it all out. Okay, so I tried to get something from each collection to Louis Be Forever and Girl of the Year. So let's see what I got. From the Rebecca Rubin Be Forever collection, I got her kittens because I have lots of puppies, and I thought it'd be really cute if I finally got her kittens that are a part of this story. When we read her book in audiobook, we'll know that the apartment building that she lives in has kittens, and these two are from her story. So from the Truly Me collection, I got these funny leopard boots, and they have like a leopard printed. So, and they did look fuzzy on the dolls that were modeling it. So we'll go ahead and open that next time. Also, a furniture accessory item is the art class set. It looks like it comes with a lot. Like they could do pottery, paint, and there's a canvas and vase inside also. So my dolls will have fun putting this together, especially maybe with their doll school or something. And then this is Kareem's, something from her collection, which is the pajamas, and they're actually shorts, so they could, and a hoodie, so they could definitely be for summer too. And then I got the newest edition of the character encyclopedia, and I really wanted this one because mine stopped off at 2017, so I was actually missing out on a few dolls since then till now. And I'm going to be excited to look at other pictures. And it's actually soft cover as opposed to hardcover, paperback I should say. So we'll open those next time. But we had lots of fun shopping too. Welcome back. So we're going to be doing the unboxing that I had shown when I was visiting Yorkdale Mall at the Eden, and they also have American Girl at the Eden Center. So this time we went to Yorkdale and we did a haul. So I guess I'll start with the book only because it's not really unboxing. So as you can tell, it says new edition. This is the one from before. They still sell this one. This one goes up to the year 2017. Which was when Gabriella McBride, Taynia, and Ziyang came out. Nania Mitchell also came out that year, but this book was made in the January, and then Nania came out in the spring summertime. So this book was right before Nania. But anyways, here is the newer one, and it does have the new dolls. I sometimes show the character encyclopedia when I'm holding a doll next to the book, and you can go along and read it. So in this one from before, it still has the usual, the dolls, the characters, and then it gets into the pets that the dolls have in their collections. So it does, and then they also have Truly Me pets. And then after that, it shows different really cool parts of their collections, stuff that they have, horse stable, Mary Ellen's diner, things that have been retired, but the only way to pretty much record it is to keep it in this encyclopedia. As you can tell, I used pencil and I had made some notes. So, and yeah, this book is a great way to keep up with all the things that have been retired. In this one, of course, there's still this stuff being sold. You can still find Courtney and stuff. The pages are still the same from the characters. Let's see, like Kit. Let's look for Kit. It's still the same pages, but they go ahead and add new pages. So after Julie would have been Courtney. And so now they add Courtney to it. And then after Grace, there was Leah. And then, so Luciana is finally here because it was Gabriella Z. And then they add more pages. So yeah, it's really nice to know that I can look at their information, because I was curious about their information. I did have novels to read up on, but this actually has good details on that sort of stuff. So it's good to know that. And then here are their still the same pets, but they add more characters, more pets. For example, Kira is wombat, koala, and kangaroo. Those are pretty exotic pets, kind of like the way Leah Clark had. So, and then over here it shows big items in their collection. As you can tell, this animal rescue thing, all these really big pieces that were in their collection. And yeah, all these sorts of things. Now we have the historical characters, which they added Courtney to it. She came out in 2020. And then here, oh look, they have a picture of Logan and Tenny. So here, oh, they actually added Logan into this one. Last time Logan wasn't in here. Actually, let's check. Yes, it was just Tenny and Z, but now they added the Logan one. So yeah, then there's Kira. Of course, right now we have Corinne Tan, but it seems that this book was made before January. So it would take another few years and more dolls to add to the list of Girls of the Year, maybe even be forever, for them to show Corinne Tan. And here are some animal pets. So that's that. Great book to have, especially if you're a fan of American Girl and you want to know all the details. Okay, so let's look at these items. I got my trusty X-Acto knife. So I guess we'll open up the big one first. It does take 2 hands for me to open it up, so I'll just go ahead and do that. Okay, so we're looking at the art class set, and I usually collect these because it's really fun to see what Trulumi comes out with. They have really creative stuff like swimming pools and all that, but this one looks like it could be a part of a doll school even. So, let's see now. I have all sorts of pieces. There's that. Oh, a clay vase. And it's based off the pictures at the front. So here we have the table, the vase, the easel, I think that's what it's called, for the canvas to go on. And we have smaller pieces. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna take them out of the plastic. Looks like there's a bunch of pieces. So this actually came with a lot of pieces that I know my dolls can use in various ways. So we have here the pottery station. There's a pot, a vase, and things that it needs for making vases. This is a sponge, a stick. I think this hole means the doll can stick her finger through it and hold it. And this table actually spins, and there's a hole so you could put the vase in it as you work on it. So it's really cute. Here, there's a few things. These little tubes of paint are really cute, and they say the color on it: red, blue, yellow, white, and black. Those are the 3 primary colors, and then you can mix them and make other colors. So this little thing comes out, but you can put it back in here. And there's these adorable paintbrushes that actually look like eyeshadow brushes. That's how small they are. And then this is the canvas, as the same as the picture. Over here, there's another one, and as you can tell, it's white, but there is a detailed print underneath it. I don't know if you could even see. I think you could actually add water to it or something. Or I don't know really how to work it yet. It says the instructions there. And then the picture will sort of show from underneath. Oh, there it goes upside down as a vase. So there's that. And then there's this part where they also stick their thumb through it and they can hold it and paint. And this is all it assembles together. So this came with it. Delightful doodles. Get your artistic juices flowing with these fun drawing ideas. And yeah, so let's open it up. So I guess it shows you on how to get drawing and then painting, which is really nice. And then here it shows the doll using the vase, the pottery I should say. It's really nice. Okay, so there's that. And then there's this that comes with all the furniture accessory things. It's basically an instruction on how to use the pieces. So that's how to assemble it. So you can add water to the bucket and you dip the paintbrush into it, and as you paint, the picture starts to show, which is nice. And then the vase, you could also add a sponge to it with the same water, and it'll change, I think, the print on the vase. It's great. I think now we will go ahead and open a new item. So now we're looking at a Be Forever item. It's 2 kittens, so they're pets that belong to Rebecca's collection. And yeah, so it's really nice. Usually you only get 1 pet, but now we're getting 2. Oh, and they look so adorable in there. Okay, so here's one fluffy kitten. And then here is another fluffy kitten. Actually, our Truly Me cat does look a lot like an all-white kitty. Wow. And they're just so fluffy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so the Truly Me kitten looks a lot like this orange one. So she's probably, I guess, the mother, you could pretend, because of how similar they look. They're so cute. And they're very firm, too. They're very great plushies, almost. Well, stuffed animals, I should say. So this one only doesn't really have anything to assemble. It's just the 2 kittens. And Rebecca can definitely have fun playing with them. And other Be Forever characters, too. So that's that. And now let's look at another item. We're looking at these AG Fashion Show Positively Perfect Collection Snow Leopard Booties. I was trying to decide what item from the new Truly Me outfit to get, and then I realized that my dolls could always use more shoes, even though they already have a lot, to be honest. But I thought these were funny looking, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut that. These shoe boxes actually look like shoe boxes for babies, but they're actually just a bit smaller. So there's the tissue, as in all our outfits. And then, wow, they even have the little ears embroidered on the top of the boots. These look very comfortable for the dolls. I love the pattern. It's very exotic. And the bottom of the shoe looks a lot like the Truly Me shoe. So it does look like they can go outside with them. So they actually look like indoor and outdoor shoes for the AG dolls. And that's always good because they can wear their pajamas with it, sweats, or even get dressed up and wear them. So that's that. And now let's look at the last item. This item is a Girl of the Year item from this year, 2022. And we're looking at Corinne's powder blue pajamas. From the picture, it looks like she has shorts and slippers and a sweater. So actually, those pieces can also be mixed and matched. amongst different outfits. My dolls are always about mixing outfits. So let's see what it says. The mountains are calling and I must go. True. I have to admit, here in Canada, or at least in Toronto, we got so much snow this year. So it was actually perfect for Corinne Tan's collection because she's all about snow. And this sweater is really pretty. It's like fleece almost, and I love the baby blue turquoise color to it. It's a nice hoodie. Here are some shorts. I'm pretty sure they can wear these as like sweats, like if they're exercising, they can wear them, or they even look like fun pajama shorts. And then here are perfect slippers. Wow, these are really nice knee-high slippers for the dolls. Very comfortable. It looks like they have some nice pom-poms hanging off of them. That's a style. I know even on leg warmers, when you buy them, there's these nice pom-poms hanging off of them. So that was the Corinne Tan's pajamas. And so, yeah. So that's it for today's haul. You'll see my dolls wearing the outfits or playing with the kittens or even playing with the accessories. And I'll probably get around to showing the character encyclopedia also. We will be reading Chapter 1 of Girl of the Year 2021, Kira Bailey's Down Under. Ready, Chapter 1. We walked across the town center toward the animal shelter, Mom carrying most of the foster kittens in their carrier. I held the littlest one, Nugget, who was my favorite. But Mom, he's so tiny, I said. Are you sure we can't keep him? Kira, I know. It was the worst part about fostering kittens, bringing them back to the shelter so they could find their forever homes. Because after spending a few weeks with them, I just couldn't help but want their forever homes to be with me. I passed the fountain where little kids splashed, the hot dog cart setting up for the day, the library. I checked my watch, 2 minutes until 10 o'clock, when my best friend and I always met at the statue of the lady holding a book on the first day of summer break. It was tradition, except Leela wasn't coming this year, not since she got a new best friend. Mom must have caught me looking at the statue because she said, "Here, hand me that kitten. I'll check them in. You go ahead and meet Lelia." Nugget snuggled into my neck. "I don't have anywhere to go, remember?" Mom frowned. "Are you and Lelia still arguing?" "Mom," I said, "she doesn't want to be friends anymore." Lelia only had time to be friends with the girls on her soccer team now. It was a fact of life. I was barely even offended anymore. I opened the door to the animal shelter, cradling Nugget with my free hand. "Okay, then you need to get yourself out there and make some new friends," Mom said, walking past me and depositing a carrier of meowing kittens on the counter. I pulled Nugget to my chest and kissed his pink nose. "No thanks. Who needed human friends when you were surrounded by animals?" "Come on, Kira, be social," Mom said. "You're going into 5th grade soon. You'll be at the middle school." So I hit the bell on the counter that said "Ring for service," hoping to end this conversation. "Middle school is not an easy tradition," Mom began, "especially if you're fighting with your best friend. Just because Mom teaches middle school, she thinks she knows everything about it." Miss Steph appeared, rolling a crate of long-eared puppies in front of her. "Sorry to keep you waiting, ladies. Here, 4-year-old son vaulted into the room behind her, kicking and karate chopping and nearly flailing into a bin of clean kitty litter. "Shh, doggy," she said. "The kittens are sleeping, see?" She pointed to the little one purring on my shoulder. "By the way, congratulations, Miss Middle Schooler." She gave me a sideways hug. "Are you ready for your big adventure tomorrow?" She was talking about how Mom and I were going to visit my great aunts who lived all the way across the world in Australia. They had a wildlife sanctuary and animal clinic where they rescued injured animals. Australia was bursting with animals that you couldn't find anywhere else in the world. Pygmy possums that fit in the palm of your hand, kangaroos and wallabies, wombats and koalas, and birds of every color. You'd be there for 2 weeks. I wish we could stay for the whole summer. In fact, I wish we could just move there. Then I could be with animals 24/7 and wouldn't have to go to middle school with my non-friend Lilia. Dougie did a series of spins and air punches, finishing with a roundhouse kick directly into a tower of dog bowls. The tower exploded, bowls rolling in all directions. "Are you sure you can't stay here and babysit, Dougie, for me?" Miss Steph asked with a groan. Then she smiled and went into the back office to get the kittens' paperwork. "I remember when I first got to middle school," Mom said, lunging right back into my least favorite topic. "I had a real hard time coping with the lockers." She looked at me sympathetically. "Are you worried about the schedule and finding your classes, or all the new people?" "I just think if I'm going to be a veterinarian like Aunt Mamie, I should get a ton of experience working with animals," I said as I helped Dougie collect the scattered dog bowls. "Maybe I should stay in Australia and help Aunt Mamie in the clinic." "I could do middle school online," I said. "People do that, you know. It's a thing." She wasn't buying it. "Well, it's not a thing in our family, Kira," Mom said, wincing as Dougie restacked the bowls into a tiering tower. "Maybe you should try and make up with Lilia. You two have been best friends since kindergarten. You can't throw that kind of friendship away." We tried at first to all be friends, Lilia and me, and the other soccer girls, but they only wanted to watch soccer or play soccer or talk about soccer, and I only wanted to do stuff Lilia used to do, like play with the kittens or hop off the rocks in the creek and look for frogs. And then once when I wanted to walk to the smoothie place instead of kicking the ball around, Lilia said in front of everyone, "Why can't you just go with the flow, Kira? You can never just relax and hang out. That's your problem." And as a matter of fact, I pretty much never wanted to hang out with her again after that. Mom's phone rang. "It's Aunt Mamie and Aunt Lynette." She accepted the video call, and my aunt's face came into focus. "Do you have any new Joeys?" I asked right away. "Well, hello to you too," Auntie Lynette said, grinning. "In fact, we do." Aunt Mamie said, "This one you have to see for yourself." She leaned over a little pen and we could see a basket with a blanket inside. She moved the blanket aside and saw a tiny sleeping koala, its arms wrapped tightly around a teddy bear. "Aw, look," I held the phone up to Mom and Dougie to see. We all oohed and awed until Auntie Lynette exclaimed, "Crikey, did you hear yourselves?" "We can't help it," I said, because loving animals ran in our family, and that meant we couldn't resist a cute animal. And this little one was the cutest. Auntie Lynette's face filled the phone. "I found a giant heap of kangaroo dung today. We want to see that too." "Yes, please," Dougie shouted. "She's talking about poo, Dougie," I said, and he stretched and ran off. Aunt Mamie took the phone back. "This little Joey's in quarantine for a few more days to make sure he doesn't have any contagious diseases, but he should be in the clinic by the time you get here." She covered the koala back. "Have you named him yet?" I asked. "Not yet. You have one in mind." I thought for a moment. "My dad used to call me Bean because he said I was just like a little bean when I was born. He died 3 years ago when I was 7, but this was one of the things I still remembered. How about Bean? I suggested. Because he's so small. Aunt Mummy brightened. You know, that's the perfect name for him. He's like a little bouncing bean. Miss Steph came back into the room to get the kittens and turned the phone to Mom. Gently, I put Nugget back into the box with the meowing sisters and brothers. Don't cry, I said, giving them each a kiss on their fuzzy little heads. You'll all find nice homes, and don't worry about me. I'll be in Australia taking care of the animals there, I patted. The feisty black and white one. And no biting, Mr. Spots. Families don't like it when you bite their kids, no matter how cute you are. Miss Steph leaned over the box with me. Just preparing them for their future, I said. Thank you for that, she said with a smile. I spent a lot of time preparing for stuff. I knew how important it was to be prepared. I heard Mom saying goodbye to Aunt Mammy and Auntie Linetti. I can hardly wait another minute. See you on Monday, Aunt Mammy said. Even though we were leaving on a Friday, with the time change and huge distance between Michigan and Australia, it would be Monday when we arrived in Brisbane. Safe travels, Miss Steph called as we left the animal shelter. Mom turned to me once we were outside. Ready for this? 2 weeks in Australia, taking care of animals and visiting our favorite aunts all the time, I nodded. I've never been more ready for anything. That was the end of Chapter 1. We will continue on with Chapter 2 some other time. Feel free to make your own notes as you go ahead and follow along with the story.